Good morning, my dear friends. This is third session for chemical kinetics. In first session, we will study about rate of reactions and the way of expressing rate of reactions and some problems based on the rate of reactions. In second session, we are studied about here order and molecularity definitions here, and also some of the problems based on order and molecularity of reactions. We know that here order, what is the order here? Order nothing but sum of the powers of concentration terms in the rate law expression, or rate law is nothing but order of reaction. Order of reaction may be 0 or it is 1, 2, 3 and even fraction, but molecularity of a reaction nothing but the number of molecules which are participate in a elementary reaction here to give the product, that is called as the molecularity of a reaction. Molecularity is always a whole number, that is 1, 2, 3 like that here. We have, depending upon number of molecules which are involved in elementary step, it is elementary reaction here, elementary step here, molecularity maybe it is 1 or 2 or 3 like that here. If only one molecule involved here, that is called as unimolecular. If two molecules are involved simultaneously collide to form product, that is called as bimolecular reaction. If three molecules simultaneously involved here to give the collide to form the product, that is called as termomolecular reactions like that. Okay, if any reactions which takes place more than three molecules here, that is very rare cases, that reaction follows so many steps here, that is called as mechanism of the reactions. Then in this session here we will discuss about integrated rate equations for zero order and first order reactions here, and this is the most important topic in chemical kinetics here, and this type of questions are asking in PU board examinations for 3 marks questions for derivations. Okay, then what is the integrated rate equations for zero order reactions and first order reactions, and what is the importance of integrated rate equations when compared to differential rate equations. We know that here while writing a differential rate equation is written as a rate equal to, that is K into, this is the concentration of reactant A and its power is X, and concentration of B here its power is Y here, where X plus Y nothing but overall order of reaction for this reaction. And what is the rate here? Rate nothing but minus, this is a dr by, this is a dt, minus dr by dt here, that is equal to K, this is a to the power X and this is a B to the power Y, nothing but this is called as differential rate equation. This type of equation nothing but differential rate equations. Okay, then and it is not possible always here to calculate instantaneous rate of a reaction for this type of differential rate equations, and also here it is not possible to calculate the concentration of reactant at different intervals of time and the rate constant at a different interval of time. That's why to overcome these demerits here, and this differential rate equation can be integrated here to get integrated rate equations. Okay, then that is the importance of integrated rate equations over differential rate equations. And differential rate equation does not give this rate of a reaction at a particular instant of time here. That is by drawing a graph of constant rate versus concentration or time it is here. It is difficult to find out instant rate by using differential rate equations here. To overcome this demerit here, then we are integrating here differential rate equations for the zero order reactions and first order reactions. And here integrated rate equations for zero order first order reactions gives it is rate constant at a different interval of time, and also concentration of reactant at different intervals of time it is. Then first one here you go for is integrated rate equation for zero order reactions. This is here the questions are like this here for this derivation. Derive, this is first one, derive an integrated equation for zero order reaction, like this. Derive an integrated equation for zero order reaction. Then first you here consider a general reaction. First you consider a general reaction. Consider a reaction. Here R gives P. This is R nothing but reactant to a product here. And for this is zero order reaction here, the rate expression can be written as, this is rate equal to here, that is rate constant K, and this is called as R, the concentration. If it is zero order, here the power of the reactant is 0. This is called zero order reaction. Zero order reaction has power is 0. This is. Then what is the rate here? We know that here it is. We know that here rate equal to. We know that here rate equal to minus dr by dt. Rate can be written as rate nothing but minus dr by dt. This is differential rate equation. Here in place of rate we are writing minus dr by dt. Here this is minus, this is dr by dt, that equal to k, and any power 0 equal to what? Any power 0 equal to 1 it is, like this. Then on arranging it becomes minus, this is dr minus dr, this is a square bracket indicates concentration of reactants, minus dr equal to k into dt. Here this on integrating on both sides, integrate on both sides, on integrating here, this is minus, this is dr integration, that equal to k, this is dt integrates, minus dr by r, integration of minus dr nothing but this is called as r, this is minus sign, that equal to k, and the integration of dt nothing but t here, and this is called integration constant I. This is equation 1 here. Then here when here time equal to 0, when the time equal to 0, concentration of r equal to r naught. When the time equal to 0, concentration of r equal to r naught. Substitute in place of r you substitute this is r naught, and when time equal to 0, then you will get I value, that is minus, this is r naught equal to minus r naught equal to, here this is called k, and this is t, where here time equal to 0, time is 0 here, then this is I, this is will get I. Then what is the value of I here? I value equal to how much? Here I value equal to, from this equation I value equal to how much? I value equal to r naught. When I value equal to r naught, here substitute I value in 1, this equation. You substitute I value in this equation, here one equation, then you will get, that is this is minus, this is r equal to here k, and this is t, this is called as minus r naught, Then here on arranging these two, here this is you will get, or arranging this one you will get, this is minus r equal to kt minus r naught, here that is nothing but that is k, and this is t equal to, here you are taken this one, this is in this side, here you will get like this. Here this is r naught taken as in this side, you will get this is r naught minus this is r naught minus r equal to, this is kt. Then and what is here is kt, this is nothing but here r naught minus r by t equal to k. Okay, that is called here rate constant k equal to here r naught minus r by t. This is called as differential rate equation. Sorry, this is integrated rate equation. This is integrated rate equation for a zero order reaction. Here it is. And during evaluation, here you are awarding marks like this is up to this one here, up to this is equation 1, you will get 1 mark here. And this find outing this 2 here, I value equal to r naught, here you will get this is 1 mark here. Then and after writing this expression here, you will get 1 mark. It is like this, you are awarding marks for derivations here. Like this you derive the integrated equation here. This is an important question for 3 marks questions. Derive an integrated equation for zero order reaction. Consider a general reaction, R gives P, and R gives nothing but, you know that here how to write a rate expression, rate equal to K and R. This is zero order reaction means 0, and rate nothing but what? Rate equal to, here you know that here rate can be written as minus dr by dt. In place of rate we are writing dr by dt equal to k, and any power 0 equal to 1 here. On arranging, here you will get dr equal to k into dt. Integrate on both sides, here this expression, here you will get integration of dr nothing but r, integration of dt nothing but t, here k, and this is integration constant I. When time equal to 0, r equal to r naught, that is initial concentration here, and R naught equal to here, this is R naught equal to here, this is K and 0 I, and by this is I value equal to minus R naught here, substitute I value equal to minus R naught in equation 1 here, you will get this expression here, and this is on rearranging here, this one you will get K equal to R naught minus R by T. This is called as integrated rate equation for zero order reactions. This is a 3 marks question here, 3 marks important derivation it is from chemical kinetics. You have 2 derivations here. Among these two derivations are more important here, exam point of view in chemical kinetics. Okay, this is like this. You derive the here. This is rate constant expression for, this is integrated constant equation for zero order reactions. It is here a square bracket indicates molar concentration of reactants or products. Here this is in chemistry. Then after deriving, this is rate constant. This is for a rate constant expression for zero order reactions. Okay. Then how do you find out here a half-life period expression is for zero order reactions? By using this expression here, we are also deriving a half-life period expression for zero order reactions. Then what is half-life period? First of all, half-life period. And what is half-life period? We know that here half-life period nothing but here there is half-life period divided by, it is a T half, or it is also dated as a T.5. This is T half-life period. Here half-life period nothing but there is the time required. This is a time period here. The time required to reduce half of the initial concentration of reactant. The time required to reduce the half of the initial concentration of the reactant is called as a half-life period. For example, here this is R gives the products here. If initial concentration is 100, here out of 100 grams of this reactant, it contains 50 grams. Here if it takes 10 minutes here, then here 10 nothing but the half-life period of this reaction. Since here in 100 here 50 gram nothing but half of the initial amount. That's why here to convert 100 gram of the reactant into 50 gram here, then it takes 10 minutes here. This is called as a time period here, half-life time period for this reactant. Or if it is 50 gram is the initial amount here, to convert into 25 gram here, if it takes 5 minutes here, then this is called as half-life period for this reaction. This is called here half-life period nothing but half-life indicates the time required to reduce half of the initial amount of the reactant is called as half-life period. Then here half-life period expression for this zero order reaction can be derived as follows. Then how to derive it is, we know that here for this expression here, it also carries the 3 marks question is derive half-life period equation for zero order reaction. Like this are asking questions here for 3 marks here. Then how to derive? By using this expression here, that is, we know that here integrated rate equation for zero order reaction is R naught minus this is R by T. Here what is the half-life period here? That is half of the time required to reduce half of the initial amount. That's why here we know that here T equal to T of, so here T equal to T of here, then R equal to here R naught by 2. R equal to R naught by 2. Substitute this in equation 1 here. This is integrated rate constant equation for zero order reaction here, and in this expression here you substitute these values. In place of T we are writing T of, R place we are writing R naught by 2 here. Then you will get this is K equal to, this is R naught here minus this is R naught by 2. R naught by 2 here divided by, here in place of T we are writing T of. Then what is T of here? This is here R naught minus R naught by 2 here, R naught minus R naught by 2 here, that value equal to here, that is this is K here, and this is called as R naught by R naught minus R naught by 2 nothing but its value is R naught by 2 only. Here it is, this value is R naught by 2 only. This is R naught by 2 here, and this is called T half. Then this is on written as here, this is T half equal to this is R naught by this is 2K. This is an expression for half-life period for zero order reactions. For this zero order reaction here, half-life period equal to R naught by 2K. This indicates that here this is half-life period of a zero order reaction. Half-life period of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactant. As initial concentration of reactant increases, half-life period also increases. This is the meaning of half-life period of zero order reactions. Half-life period of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactant. As initial concentration of reactant increases, half-life period also increases. This is the relation it is between half-life period and initial concentration of reactant for zero order reactions. Then what is the meaning of this one here? This meaning nothing but here, as initial concentration increases, half-life period also increases. For example, here you are taken this is R gives P is the reaction, this is the general reaction. If you are taken this is 100 gram contained into it is 50 gram, 100 gram contained 50 gram, here it takes here 20 minutes. Then here 50 gram converted into here 25 gram, it takes 10 minutes. And 25 gram converted into it is 12.5 gram, here it takes 5 minutes, like this. Like that here, as initial concentration, here initial concentration is how much? 100. Here 100 content 50 gram takes 20 minutes. And 50 gram content into 25 gram, it takes only 10 minutes. And here 5 gram, it is 25 gram content into 12.5 gram, it takes 5 minutes. Nothing but as initial amount decreases, half-life period also decreases. This is the meaning of this this relation, T of equal to R naught by 2K. Then, and this is graphical represented as here for this zero order reaction, here graphical represented as here like this. This is called as a concentration of reactant versus this is concentration of reactant versus time. This is concentration of reactant versus here we are using time. You will get like this. This is the concentration of reactant versus time. This is time here. If you draw a graph concentration of reactant versus time, here you will get a straight line with negative slope. This is like this. This is called as initial concentration R naught. Here you will get a slope here. This is called as slope here, and the slope equal to here. This is negative sign here, and the slope equal to what? Here slope equal to it is clay. This is here slope k equal to, in this expression k is called slope, k equal to this is slope. This is a graphical representation of that is a zero order reaction. This type of questions also asking for one more question here. Draw a graphical representation of zero order reaction like this, and this graph also important. It is one is derivation here. This derivation is important here, or one is a graphical representation of concentration of reactant versus time here like this. Here you will get negative slope and the slope equal to k in this expression here, and half-life period of this is T of nothing but T.5 or T 1 by 2 here. This is a half-life period here, and by using this expression here, this is in place of T you are writing T of R nothing but R naught by 2 you write down here. Then this is k equal to R naught minus R naught by 2 here, and by subtracting R naught by 2 by R naught you will get R naught by 2. This is R naught by 2 here, T of this, and T of equal to R naught by 2K. This is a half-life period expression here, derivation for zero order reactions. This is the important thing about zero order reactions here, and some examples for zero order reaction nothing but here for zero order reaction examples they are asking in examinations here. One is decomposition of ammonia on platinum surface. For zero order reactions example asking in examinations here, then you must perfect about some examples regarding zero order reactions here. In the zero order reactions here, that is for zero order reactions example, one is the decomposition of ammonia. Ammonia decomposes in presence of platinum surface here at about 1130 Kelvin at high temperature and high pressure. You will get that is N2 gas and also 3H2 gas. Here under high pressure here platinum acts as a catalyst for this reaction here. Then under high pressure here gaseous ammonia molecules are saturated on the surface of platinum here. That's why by further increasing pressure here, there is no change in the rate of reaction. That's why this is zero order reaction. This is zero order reaction. This is a decomposition of ammonia on platinum surface at high temperature, high pressure is an example for it is a zero order reaction. Similarly, decomposition of HI on the surface of gold, here gives H2 plus I2 here. These are best example for this zero order reactions. Okay. And what is zero order reaction here? A zero order reaction nothing but here rate equal to K and R, here R rate equal to K into R power 0. Here R power 0 means what? Here what is the meaning of this one? The rate of reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. If rate of reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant, that is called as zero order reaction. This is one thing it is. This type of questions are asking here. Rate of a reaction is independent of initial concentration reactant. What is the order? What is the order here? This is called as a zero order reaction. And one more question here. Rate of a half-life period of a reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactant. What is the order? Zero order. This is. And in a chemical reaction here, as initial concentration increases, half-life period also increases. What is the order? Zero order. Like this type of questions are asking in examinations here, and we must perfect about the concepts regarding zero order here. A rate of a chemical reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant, that is called a zero order. One is R1 is half-life period of a reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactant. What is the order? Zero order. And a zero order example, decomposition of ammonia on platinum surface at high temperature, high pressure is an example for zero order reaction. Decomposition of Hi, hydrogen iodide, on the surface of gold, here gives H2 plus I2. This example for this zero order reactions, and this is a derivation 3 marks for derivation. Here this is a main thing about it is zero order reactions, and this graph also important it is. Okay, this is about it is zero order reactions. Then what about here is that is the next one. The next one here we are deriving two more derivations here. That is, one is integrated rate constant expression. Integrated rate constant expression for first order reaction. Integrated rate constant expression. This is derive integrated rate constant expression. Derive integrated rate constant. Derive integrated rate constant expression for first order reaction. This is 3 marks questions. Okay, then how to derive this is? We know that here for you write down like this, it is rates. You know that here consider general equation or reaction. Consider general reaction. Consider a general reaction. Here R gives products. When R gives products here, then this is rate can be written as rate equal to K into concentration of R. What is the order here? Which order this is? First order. First order means power is 1. If power is 1, that is called first order. Then what is the rate here? We know that rate nothing but your rate can be written as, how do you write rate here? Rate equal to minus dr by dt. We know that here that is rate equal to minus dr by dt. That is in place of minus dr by dt. Equal to, this is K, this is R, power is 1. Then on rearranging here it becomes minus, this is dr by R, here taken R, equal to K, this is dt here. Then integrate on both sides. Integrate on both sides. This above equation. Here integration of this is minus dr by R. This is minus dr by R on integrate equal to K. This is dt on integration. Integration of dr by R nothing but minus, this is ln R equal to K T plus I. This is equation 1. Then on here this is when time equal to 0, the concentration of R equal to R naught. Then you put this that is in place of r, here you are writing r naught, here you will get the I value, that is minus ln r naught equal to, this is k, this is 0, this is 0, here this is I. You will get I value here. I value equal to how much here? I value equal to ln r naught. This is, that is I value here, this is equal to minus ln r naught. By knowing I value here, substitute I value in 1, we will get minus ln r equal to, this is ln, this is kt, minus ln r kt plus I, minus ln r, this is kt plus, in place of I here we are writing minus ln r naught, it becomes minus ln r naught. Then this is on interchanging here, this is on arranging this one, you will get minus r naught becomes plus ln r naught, this is ln r naught minus ln r, that equal to kt. Then here this is this can be written as ln, this is r naught, ln r naught by r equal to kt. This is integrated form of it is rate constant expression for first order reaction here. Then you convert ln form into log form, here we are using multiplied by 2.303, that is, this is also written as, here this is 2.303, here this is log r naught by r is equal to kt, or this is k equal to 2.303 by t log, this is r naught by r. This is integrated, this is integrated rate constant expression for first order reaction. This is here. First consider a general reaction, R gives to P here. Then we are writing you know the basic concept to write it is rate expression here, and the rate equal to k r power 1, this is first order nothing but power is 1, and minus dr by dt, here rate nothing but what? Rate nothing but minus dr by dt, and minus dr by dt equal to k r, this is a differential rate expression. Then you convert differential rate equation into this integrated rate equation. This is a differential rate equation for first order. On rearranging, here we will get, this is here you take this r, this is denominator, this is to go to this numerator, here minus dr by r k dt here, and integrate dr by r, integration of dr by r nothing but ln r, and integration of here k into dt, integration of dt nothing but t, and this is integration constant. When the time equal to 0, here there is a concentration of r equal to r naught. When there is minus ln r naught, this is a ln, this is not in, this is ln Okay, in examinations here some of the students writing like this, this is wrong, this is not in, this is called as ln. This is ln, here this is ln, this is r naught equal to k 0 plus I, and I equal to the minus the ln r naught. Minus ln r equal to, here you put the value of I in equation 1, and this is equation 1, this is equation 2 here, and put the value of I in equation 1, here we will get ln r equal to kt minus ln r naught, or interchanging it is, we will get this expression here, and here you are getting ln r naught by r equal to kt, here you convert ln into log form multiplied by 2.303 here, then you will get 2.303 by log r naught by r k dt. This is called as the integrated rate constant expression for first order reactions. Okay. Then after getting this is the most important derivation, here carries 3 marks. This is a 3 marks question it is. Okay. This expression is asking in this is recently it is asked in it is examinations, their PU examinations, it is that is March 2020 asking these questions. Okay. There are so many times this question is asked here for 3 marks question, here for derivations, derive integrated rate constant expression for first order and zero order reactions, like that it is. Okay. After getting this is for this first order rate constant expression for this first order reaction here, then we will also derive it is half-life period expression for this zero order reactions, for the first order reactions. Then how do you derive this is by using this expression. By using this expression here, we are also deriving a half-life period expression here for first order reactions. We know that here half-life period. What is the half-life period here? That is, half-life period means that is the time required to reduce the half of the initial concentration of reactant, nothing but half-life period it is. Then how to derive half-life period expression for half-life period rate constant expression for this is the first order reactions. We know that here that is, this is a derive half-life period expression for first order reaction. This is one more question asking like this: derive half-life period expression for first order reaction. We know that here for first order reactions K equal to 2.303 by T log, this is initial concentration is R naught, this is final concentration is R, like this. By using this expression here, we are also deriving it is half-life period expressions. We know that here, that is, we know that when T equal to T of nothing but half-life period, that is, and R equal to, here concentration of R equal to R naught by 2, this is R naught by 2. Substitute this T equal to T of and R equal to R naught by 2 in equation 1. Here we will get K equal to 2.303 by, this is T of log, this is R naught by, this is R naught by 2 here. Then we will get K equal to 2.303 here, this is K equal to 2.303 here by T half, this is called as R naught get cancelled, we will get this is log 2 here. Then K equal to here 2.303, this is a 2.303 here, and K equal to here 2.303 into log 2 value is 0.3010 here divided by here T of. And interchanging you will get this is T half equal to, and multiplying 2.303 into 0.3010 you will get 0.693 divided by this is K, and this is an expression for this half-life period expression for first order reaction. And half-life period expression for first order reaction nothing but T of equal to 0.693 by K here, and this expression does not contains concentration terms. These concentration terms are not present in this expression here. That indicates here half-life period of a first order reaction is independent. Half-life period of first order reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. Then what is the meaning of this statement here? The statement meaning is here, if you taken here 100 gram of a substance converted into 50 gram here, if it takes 10 minutes, let us consider it takes 10 minutes to convert 100 gram into 50 gram. Then if you are using this 50 gram into 25 gram here, if you are converting 50 gram into 20 gram here, it also takes 10 minutes. Or if you are using 25 gram of the substance converted into 12.5 gram, here it also takes 10 minutes. Nothing but here, whatever may be the initial concentration of reactant, half-life period remains constant. 10 minutes, it takes 10 minutes. This is called as independent. Half-life period of a first reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. This is the meaning of this relation. This is. Then here, based on this is about half-life period derivation for it is the first order rate constant expression here, and also we have some graphs for this reaction, for this equation here. If you draw a graph that is ln R versus this is, if you are drawing a graph here, this is like this, ln R versus time. This is one graph here, that is the concentration of R versus time t here. Then you will get like this, you get a straight line like this. This is called as ln R naught, initial concentration ln R naught. If you draw a graph of ln R, this is ln R, this is ln R versus, you know that here the formula is this is K, this is equal to 1 by T, here ln R naught by R. Here ln R, that is ln R versus time. If you draw a graph, here you will get a straight line like this with a downward slope. Here you will get like this. This is slope, and slope equal to what here? Here slope equal to is called as a k equal to slope, that is equal to slope. It is like this. Like this, here it gives a graph of ln R versus time. You have one more graph here, that is, if you draw a graph of, if you draw a plot of, it is ln R naught versus R, ln R naught by R versus 1 by T. 1 by T, if you draw a graph, this is for this equation here, k equal to 1 by T ln R naught by R. For ln R naught by R versus 1 by T, if you draw a graph, here you will get a straight line like this, like this. Here this is called slope, here you will get slope, and here slope equal to, here k by 2.303. This is important. This is slope equal to k by 2.303. Here you will get negative slope, here you will get a positive slope. Slope equal to k by 2.303, and these two graphs indicates that here this is, and if you are getting a straight line indicates here that is k equal ln R naught by R. This is ln R naught by R versus 1 by T here. Then you will get a straight line. That is, this expression obeys the basic that is a principle of y is equal to mx plus c. It is like this. Okay, and these two graphs are important here in exam point of view. Sometimes they are asking about draw a graph of first order reaction, that is ln R versus time, or ln R naught by R versus 1 by T. Here we will get a positive slope. And what is slope here? Slope equal to k by 2.303 here. Here slope equal to this is k equal to minus slope. It is here k minus slope. Okay, like this. And this is the graphs are important here. This becomes important. And give an example for first order reaction here. And first order reaction example is one is on the decomposition of this is radioactive disintegration. This radioactive disintegration of is the best example for first order reactions. We know that here for the production of radon. For the production of radon, it emits alpha particles. We will get that is radium here, radium 88 and 226 on disintegration you will get radon and 222, and this is 86 here you will get 2 helium 4. This is a radioactive decay, radioactive disintegration. Radioactive disintegration. The radioactive disintegration of all the materials undergoes here first order kinetics. They follow first order kinetics. It is radioactive disintegration follows first order kinetics. This is one of the example for radioactive disintegration here. And one more example for this is C2H4 gives C2H4, nothing but you know that C2H4 here plus H2 here gives C2H6. This is a conversion of ethene into ethane. For ethane undergo hydrogenation you will get ethane here. This also follows a rate equal to K into C2H4. This is also called as first order reaction, and this is also called first order reaction. Here rate equal to K into here radium. This concentration power is 1. Radioactive disintegration follows first order kinetics here, and the C2H4 plus H2 gives C2H6 here. The conversion of ethene to ethane here, it also follows first order kinetics. It is okay. This is an example for this first order reactions, and also it is you have some other reactions also follows first order reactions. And in some time, this is about here is reactions which are taking place in solution phase. We go for this writing this expression that is like this. If the reactions are taking place in solution phase, we are writing 2.303 by T here log R naught by R. It is R. But what about here the reactions are taking place in gaseous reactants or gaseous products? In case of gaseous reactant gaseous products, here this expression becomes this. For example, here let us consider reaction A plus B, and A gives for reaction A gives B plus C. Here this is a gaseous reaction here. For gaseous reactions, concentration expressed in the form of partial pressures. When concentration expressed in the form of partial pressures here, in that case here, and this equation becomes it is K equal to 2.303 by this is T this is log, here this is Pi divided by 2 Pi minus Pt. This is an expression what is a gaseous reactants. If the reactants and products and gases phase here, in that case we are using this expression here, that is K equal to 2.303 by T log Pi divided by 2 Pi minus Pt. Okay, this is for gaseous reactions. For gaseous reactions, the constant is expressed in the form of partial pressures. In those reactions here, we are calculating rate constant equal to 2.303 by T log Pi, nothing but partial pressure, initial partial pressure, and this is 2 Pi minus P total, total partial pressure, Pt nothing but total partial pressure, Pi nothing but initial partial pressure. By knowing here Pi and Pt, here we are calculating rate constant, and also it is time required. This is about derivations regarding first order reactions and zero order reactions. Then this is for zero order and first order reactions, we also come across some of the that is fraction order reactions here, and your syllabus contains pseudo first order reactions. We have these here, pseudo first order reactions. And what is pseudo first order reactions? A pseudo first order reaction is one here, that is nothing but higher order reactions. Any higher order reactions follows first order kinetics by changing experimental conditions. Those are called as pseudo first order reactions. For example, here that is hydrolysis of methyl acetate, that is CH3 and COO CH3. This is methyl acetate. When methyl acetate undergo acid hydrolysis, when methyl acetate undergo acid hydrolysis, you will get this is one is CH3COOH here, other one you will get CH3OH here. Here in this reaction, here rate equal to here rate constant, that is CH3COOCH3. Methyl acetate, with respect to methyl acetate order is 1, with respect to water order is 0, because one of the reactant taken as excess reactant. What is excess reactant? Due to excess reactant, here is a concentration change in concentration negligible here. When change in concentration negligible here, with respect to this reactant, here order is 0, with respect to this reactant order is 1. This type of reactions are called as pseudo first order reactions. Similarly, here this is hydrolysis of, this is 1. Similarly, here second case, hydrolysis of sucrose. We know that here sucrose formula, sucrose nothing but C12 here H22O11. When this sucrose undergo hydrolysis, sucrose nothing but sugar. When sugar undergo acid hydrolysis, here you will get C6H12O6, and also you will get C6H12 and O6. One is glucose unit here, or one is fructose unit here. This follows pseudo first order reaction, rate equal to K. This is called as C12 here. This is C12H22O11. With respect to sucrose, order is 1. With respect to water, here order is 0. This is excess reactant. This is limited reactant here. With respect to excess reactant, order is 0. With respect to this is order is 1 here. This is called as pseudo first order reactions. This type of questions are asking in examinations here. What is pseudo first order reactions? Give an example. You must give example like this here. And what is pseudo first order reaction? Higher order reactions follows first order kinetics by changing experimental conditions. Those are called as pseudo first order reactions. Then what about here this one is? This is called as CH3 and COO and CH3. This is a methyl acetate. Are you using a methyl, that is CH3 here COO, and this is a C2H5. This is ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate undergo it is a reaction with alkali medium. Here you will get this is CH3 and COOH, and you will get this is CH3CONA, sodium acetate. Then you will get a C2H5OH. And for this reaction, here rate can be written as rate equal to here. This is called as ethyl acetate. Here rate constant. This is a CH3 and this is a COO and the C2H5. With respect to order is it is 1, and with respect to NaOH also order is 1. It is because both are taken in equal quantities here. Then with respect to order is this is 1 ester. With respect to this is NaOH order is 1. This is called as 1 plus 1 equal to 2 here, and this is called as second order kinetics. It follows second order kinetic series. Okay, and this is second order here, but this is called as first order. This is first order. These two are first. These two are first pseudo first order, and this is called as second order. This is this type of questions are asking in examinations about pseudo first order reactions. And also here, in addition to pseudo first order reactions, we also come across fractional order reactions. We have some fractional order reactions in your syllabus here. That is, one is, we have one more, that is, we have this type of reactions, that is chloroform. When the chloroform react with Cl2, here we will get CCl4 and HCl. And for this reaction, here a rate equal to rate constant K into CHCl3 here. With respect to chloroform, here order is 1. With respect to this is Cl2, here order is equal to half. And it is with respect to this is 1, with respect to this is half. What is the overall order? Overall order nothing but it becomes K here, and so this is overall order becomes sum of the powers 1 plus half, that equal to 1 plus half equal to 3 by 2 here, 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means it is 1.5. This is called as fractional order reaction. Fractional order reaction. This is you will get fractions. This is called fractional order reactions. Okay, and this type of questions are also asked in examinations. So give an example for fractional order reaction like this. And also it is one more reaction. It is called as here it is given same reaction. This is methyl acetate CH3COO C2H5 ethyl acetate, undergo hydrolysis with water. You will get CH3COOH and also you will get C2H5OH. Then what is the order here? Order is nothing but a rate equal to constant here CH3 and COO and C2H5. With respect to this ester, this is ester. With respect to this ester, order is 1. With respect to water, here order is 0 here. Then overall order equal to 1 plus 1, 0 equal to 1. This is called as pseudo first order reaction. This is okay. This is this type of questions are asking in examinations. And be careful about this while solving this type of problems. It is okay. In the next class, we will discuss about some of the problems we are doing based on this is half-life period equations, and also in case of this is the first order rate constant equations. So we must practice some of the problems based on it is first order rate constant equations and half-life period. It is okay. Thank you.